Mountaintop coal mining is a pressing issue that has taken the forefront of many social and environmental debates for decades. Today, coal mining is still as a tremendous economic driver as it has ever been. One major area of coal mining in the United States is the Appalachian region. The Appalachian region spans from northeast Alabama to the western portion of Maryland. Coal has been one of the major sources of income in the region since the 19th century. It provides energy for much of the United States, but did you know that it is extremely harmful for the environment and those living in the coal region? The Appalachian Mountain region coal mining majorly affects the landscape of the natural environment, causing deforestation, water contamination, and ecosystem destruction. Coal mining consequently creates a struggle between residents desiring social justice and the companies within the coal industry. The location and health concerns associated with coal mining as mountains ensure the difficulty of residents to face the desired social justice. People do not understand the negative side effects associated with coal mining. I, myself, did not understand these until I became an environmental studies minor, and then once I began taking classes, I decided this was a harmful and dangerous thing to the residents. I feel it is important for you to understand first off the environmental destruction that occurs due to coal mining. It is understood that coal mining affects the natural environment, but how does it do it? There are many different environmental problems associated with coal mining across the world. Coal mining in the Appalachian region is an environmental problem in itself because it negatively affects the natural processes that take place in the region. One of these problems is deforestation. As coal companies begin to destroy the tops of mountains for mountaintop removal, it gets rid of the natural habitat. According to Ronald L. Lewis, in the 1800s, 2/3 of West Virginia was covered by trees, and due to forest deforestation and coal mining, by the 1920s, much of that growth was gone. The USDA states that deforestation can lead to landslides, increasing floods, and habitat destruction. In mining communities, the areas left bare by mining companies were filled with water and coal dust that covered the landscape. Another environmental concern associated with coal mining is water contamination. Coal mining allows for the release of cadmium, selenium, and arsenic into the water, and the runoff from the mountains of the coal puts it into the water and makes it hazardous for those living there. The EPA determines the following side effects as being due to the cadmium, selenium, and arsenic. The chronic effects of cadmium include kidney disease, bronchitis, and breathing in the air with the chemical can cause cancer. The problems associated with selenium in the drinking water include problems with circulation and numbness in the fingers and toes. Arsenic within drinking water has also been linked to cancer. Another coal-produced water contamination problem is acid rain. As the coal is burned, it causes the rain to become acidified, and it has destruction to the natural and built environment. A third environmental problem associated with coal mining is ecosystem destruction. Deforestation and water contamination aid in the ecosystem destruction caused by coal mining. Deforestation destroys the natural habitat of animals and forces them to be displaced into new places that may not have the right needs for them. Water contamination kills those animals living in streams, heats up the water, and causes them to die out, such as the brown trout, which was replaced by the rainbow trout in order to fix the problem. Not only is coal mining harmful to the natural environment and animals, but it is also harmful to the health of humans. Coal mining has negative effects on the health of those living in the region and those working in the mines. The health concerns associated with coal mining include respiratory problems, birth defects, and black lung. According to the Physicians for Social Responsibility, the respiratory problems associated with coal mining are asthma, lung disease, and lung cancer. These diseases are caused by the coal combustion that is produced during the mining process. According to the U.S. study done in 2001, the diseases such as pulmonary obstructive pulmonary disease and cardiopulmonary have been found at higher rates than those that not living in coal mines. One of the most devastating diseases associated with coal mining in the 20th century is black lung disease. The Center for Disease Control states that black lung disease affects the gas exchanging tissue of the lung, and X-rays show shadows that appear on the lungs due to it. The mining of coal also causes social and environmental justice issues among the residents, the state, and the mining companies. The third and final concern associated with coal mining in this speech will be discussed about environmental justice issues that are caused from coal mining. Coal mining in the Appalachian is an environmental justice issue that is the root of many debates in history of exploitation and pollution among small towns that are now stricken with low poverty, low populations, and high poverty rates. There have been a wide array of local activists and government organizations organized to oppose mountaintop removal for over a decade now. Julia Bonds, more commonly known as Judy Bonds, was a local celebrity and a well-known environmental activist, especially among those in the West Virginia. Judy was one of the most outspoken and transparent activists against mountaintop removal who once said, "In Southwest Virginia, we live in a war zone. 3.5 million pounds of explosives are being used every day to blow up the mountains, blasting our communities, blasting our homes, poisoning us, and trying to intimidate us. I don't mind being poor. I mind being blasted and poisoned. There are no jobs on a dead planet. If coal is so good for us hillbillies, then why are we so poor?" When mountaintop removal became the preferred opinion by the mountain mining companies, it required more machines and technology and less people. People were no longer going into the mines to get out the coal. The mines were being blown up and the mountaintops were being removed. This caused an economic struggle between the residents and caused high unemployment rates. Due to the switch in machines, many residents were without jobs and thus could no longer afford health care. Meanwhile, the coal mining was polluting the area and thousands of streams. There have been many different legislations created in order to make living in the Appalachians a better place to live. The New Deal was first mentioned in Franklin D. Roosevelt's nomination acceptance speech. He pledged to make a new deal for the American people. The main purpose of the New Deal was to fix the economic crisis that was occurring in the Appalachian region and much more of the United States. In his first State of the Union, FDR stated, "We have undertaken new methods. It is our task to perfect, to improve, and to alter when necessary, but in all cases to go forward." The New Deal moved the United States in many new directions and resulted in many nation-altering ideas. Another presidential campaign that aimed at adjusting the social justice issues within the country of the Appalachian region was Lyndon B. Johnson's War on Poverty. He first mentioned this in his State of the Union and declared an unofficial war on poverty. In his speech, he states that the government will launch special efforts into the poverty areas of the Appalachian region in order to distribute more food evenly through the food stamp program and to build more libraries and hospitals to help with the health effects associated with coal mining. The War on Poverty included 4 pieces of legislation: the Social Security Amendment of 1965, the Food Stamp Act of 1964, the Economic Opportunity Act of 1964, and the Elementary Secondary Education Act. There are many different consequences associated with coal mining. Deforestation of land, destruction of the mountains, contamination of water supplies, and health concerns are just a few of these issues that plague the Appalachian Mountain. Many of these same problems still make it difficult for the residents to achieve social and environmental justice. Coal mining was an environmental and social problem in the 20th century and continues to be such today. So the next time you think about where energy comes from, think about the consequences it has to the Appalachian region and consider alternatives to the energy such as wind power. Scan everybody.
Bravo!